Welcome to Ice is Slippery, an unserious podcast about hockey brought to you by 1.5 hockey fans. My name is Kate and I'm the hockey fan.
And my name is Fred. I'm half a hockey fan.
Hello, Fred. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Fantastic.
I guess today is a big day in the sports world.
Sure.
There's some event going on. You'd probably like it. I think it's called the Superb Owl.
The Superb Owl is going on. I've seen a lot of owl content on Instagram today.
So much owl content. Yeah, we were actually invited to 2 different Super Bowl parties, but I have turned them down. I don't think we're that sportsy.
No, we don't do sports, do we?
No, hockey. Hockey is different than sports.
Yeah, and Olympics, but...
Right. Well, yes, we are deep into the Olympic wormhole.
Yeah. I don't know. Football's fine. Again, we both grew up watching it. We've watched a ton of football in our day, and we just don't have to anymore, and we don't.
That's fine. Yeah. We'll probably watch the halftime show. So.
Yeah. We'll definitely watch
later.
Watch Bad Bunny.
Yes, exactly.
I'm a huge Bad Bunny fan.
The biggest.
The biggest. No,
he's got bunny ears and everything.
Is that?
I don't know. Probably not. I don't think that's a thing.
No, he is good though.
No, he is. It's great. Well, so the NHL is on Olympic break from February 6th through 24th. So we're going to mostly be focusing on Olympic coverage for the next few weeks. But since the NHL was active for part of this week, we do have some news to discuss.
Okay, sure. Let's discuss the news.
All right. Well, on Wednesday, February 4th, we had some huge trade news from out of the Eastern Conference. The New Jersey Devils picked up Nick Bjugstad from the St. Louis Blues in exchange for Thomas Bortolo and a 4th-round draft pick.
Oh, that was it?
I'm just kidding.
That was the big news?
Obviously, that happened. But obviously, the biggest news of the day was that Artemi Panarin was traded from the New York Rangers to the LA Kings, where he signed a 2-year contract extension worth $11 million a year. In exchange, the Rangers received a forward prospect and a conditional 3rd-round pick in the 2026 draft.
Okay, cool.
So, I think I texted you about it or something, and you said, great, now he's going to go from one team we don't pay attention to another team that we forget exists. So
yeah, I mean, I kind of forget he exists too. So
it's true. I don't know if it's just the location of where he is.
Yeah.
But either way, we're not going to know anytime soon if he's the black hole or if the team's the black hole, because he's going to another black hole.
Right. Well, good for him and good for the Kings. I think that's probably good for the Kings.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little surprised by the length of the contract extension because it was sort of made a big deal that he would only go someplace where he could extend, and 2 years feels short. But
I mean, that's an extension.
He is also, ancient by hockey standards. I think he's like 34 or something. So,
okay, sure.
Or maybe 32. I don't know. Anything north of 30 is ancient by hockey standards. So.
Well, he's going to be like the buffer for the Kopitar leaving, right?
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's kind of a point.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He's the let's figure it out now that he's not here kind of guy.
Right. He's like, hey, look at this old guy. Like,
here's another one.
Here's another one. They're both old. So one interesting thing to note is that Panarin started his career in Chicago wearing the number 72, but it was already taken when he moved to New York. So he switched to the number 10. And now that he is going to LA, he would like to get the number 72 back. But there's a problem. That is still taken. It's taken by the team mascot.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's got to strip the team mascot he's got to get the mascot a Rolex or something.
Well, it's not going to happen apparently. So the team mascot is named Bailey, and he's named after Garnet Ace Bailey, who was their director of scouting, and he died on 9/11 in one of the plane crashes.
Okay.
And he was a former player too, and he won the Stanley Cup in 1972. So that's why it's the number 72. So the organization's like, yeah, no, he's not changing his number. So Panarin can't even get his preferred number.
Can't get a break with his numbers. Huh?
It was like before it was worn by an active player in the organization, and now it belongs to the mascot.
Now it's protected.
It's protected. So no, thank you. It's like you're going to have to fight a lion and you're going to lose.
Wow.
You're bred.
Yep, you're bred. Bred's never going to win against a lion.
Exactly. That's just science. Calvin Pickard was placed on waivers and cleared down to the AHL. So that feels kind of like the end of an era in Edmonton a little bit.
Yeah.
He's not gone out of Edmonton. He's in the AHL at this point. But
right.
He's basically their 3rd place goalie now, I guess.
So who's their goalies now?
So it's Tristan Jarry.
Yep.
And some other guy.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know.
So they literally ended up cleaning house.
Pretty much. Yeah. It's
Although they just kind of swept Pickard.
They
just swept him under the rug.
Right.
He's not actually out of the house yet.
They swept him into the garage.
Yeah. They're going to deal with it next week.
So, yeah, we'll just, next spring will roll around and they'll be like, oh, is that box still in here? Oh, I thought we meant to get rid of that. So
placed on waivers and nobody picked him up.
Nobody picked him up.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's a very ouch. So
God, I don't have the constitution to deal with that kind of thing in my work life.
It's
be like,
so
oh,
difficult.
nobody wants you.
Right? Yeah. No, it's like bad enough to get fired, but it's like, oh, we don't want you, but we're going to put you in this bucket. And then like, if anybody else picks you up, cool. But if not, you stay with us, but just in a lower paying version of your job.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like how demoralizing.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. I mean, they grow up with that, right? And they're used to that. And it's just part of how the whole thing works. But geez, that'd be tough. That'd be tough on my mental health.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that very much. There were some other big personnel changes in the league. Barry Trotz has stepped down as GM in Nashville.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he put together a winning team at least.
He put together an on-paper winning team that it really showed why chemistry is very important. And you can't just put a bunch of big names together and be like, there, I did it. So
that's how I would have done it, though.
No, we were all fooled. We were all like, wow, look at the Preds. They're going for it. And then everything went to shit. So, yep. He, I guess, was a really good coach. And this was maybe his first stint as a GM. And it did not go so well. So it was framed as, I'm taking a step back from being a GM. I want to spend time with my family. But I imagine there was some like, you got to go. Like, you can't keep doing this. This is not sustainable. Because he also like bought out a bunch of contracts. I think he's why we got Duchesne for so cheap for so long in Dallas. Because they gave him a big buyout. And oof.
So this guy's just been wheeling and dealing trash deals for a while.
It's been an issue for sure. Moving on to some game highlights. The Stadium Series was last week. And we didn't watch it, but we did see some clips, including the one with our second goalie fight of the last few weeks.
This is the summer of goalie fights.
It's winter, but sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's goalie fight winter. So I'll take it. This one was between Jeremy Swayman and Andrei Vasilevsky. And there's also a great mic'd up moment from Nikita Zadorov where he complained to the referee that the goalie shouldn't get to stay on the ice after fighting. He says that it's discrimination because when he fights, he has to go sit in the cold penalty box. And that's not fair.
That is, right.
Yeah. So no, it was, I guess one of the Tampa players kind of poked at Swayman and Swayman thought an appropriate response would be to throw him on the ground and just start punching him with his blocker hand, which is not something you're allowed to do. And I believe something you would typically get a game misconduct for, but the referees don't know how to penalize goalie fights because they happen so infrequently.
It's all new world, right?
Yep. So Vasilevsky came down from the other end of the ice and Swayman was so excited because, Swayman's been wanting to fight for years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So Swayman did not do a great job of pre-scouting his opponent because he did not realize that Vasilevsky was a lefty.
Oh.
So Swayman got put down pretty fast, which was unfortunate for him, but it was still a fun show. Vasilevsky is known as Big Cat. He is a very large boy, and he was pretty funny after the game. He was just very positive about Swayman, just thanking him so much for including him. and getting him his first NHL fight. And he was just really excited to be there. And then Kevin Weeks clarified, so that was your first fight? And he was like, just in the NHL, like not on, I fought on the streets basically.
Yeah.
So he's like, no, I fight, but just like not, not hockey.
Not for hockey.
Because I'm in the net. But it was great. He's just like, of course, the man with the weird goggles just fights on the street for fun all the time.
Oh, he's the one with those stupid
Yes, he's the one with those stupid ass goggles.
Sunglasses or whatever.
Yes. Look up the girl who does the NHL fit checks and you'll see what we're talking about with the Vasilevsky goggle glasses things.
Or he's got like some terrible like steampunk looking sunglasses.
Yes, they're insane. And this is the man who just likes to fight. But I mean, obviously, if you wear glasses like that, you're insane and you want to fight.
I mean, he's got insane glasses. He's got crazy helmets too, right?
He does.
He's known for that. And I don't know. It's the year of goalie fights. I would expect we're going to see every goalie fight this year. Marc-Andre Fleury's rolling over in his grave right now.
He's not dead. He's just retired.
But he's rolling.
No, I mean, I think everybody is just waiting for him to come out of retirement. Like he'll roll up to the ice in a wheelchair and then throw the blanket off and be like, my leg's not broken.
Oh yeah, like WWEF style or whatever it is.
Yes, that exactly.
I don't know what it is now.
You're very sportsy.
It was WWF back in my day.
I know it's WWE now, I believe. Yeah. But yes, he will do that, and he'll be like, guess what, motherfuckers, I'm back.
He's gonna sign a contract for any team that'll hire him just so he could fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And he would be right to do so. This story, I'm sure you have heard all about, but a bird got trapped in the ice area of the UBS arena during an Islanders and Penguins game. At one point, it got checked by Bo Horvat. So that's pretty alarming. If I would imagine if you're a small bird and you're already in a weird environment and then a large man runs into you at high speed.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, that would be pretty tough. So, but it did survive its ordeal, and it was eventually captured and safely released by the Islanders staff. And he has become known as Rally Bird after the Islanders pulled off a come from behind OT victory.
Nice.
So that was really nice. Horvat was mic'd up for the game, and you can hear him say, "Holy shit," when he runs into the bird. And later he tells his teammates that he ran into a bird behind the net and says, "Poor guy."
Yeah, right.
So that was pretty funny.
No, I love that. I love that bird content crossover with the NHL.
Yeah. And of course, it was at a Penguins game. So, everybody was like, well, did anybody ask Sidney Crosby what kind of bird it was? Because we all know that he knows.
Yep. No, that's fun.
Speaking of mic'd up players, Connor Bedard was mic'd when the Chicagos played the San Jose's, and it picked up him and Macklin Celebrini jokingly challenging each other to a fight at center ice, which was pretty cute.
Yeah, but that was all stagey, right? Because they knew they were mic'd.
Yeah, no, I mean, they were just doing it for funsies. Like they didn't mean it or anything, but they were joking around and it was cute.
I guess
let them have personality.
Everything's kind of stagey when people are mic'd because everyone knows. Yeah,
exactly.
They're like, hey, don't say that thing you're going to say because I have a microphone.
Yeah, don't say that thing that you would usually say.
You know that thing?
Yeah, you want to don't say any
you
of
probably
those
don't want to say that one out loud this time.
Exactly. Devin Cooley is currently playing goalie in Calgary, and he lost a skate blade the other day. And one of his teammates very politely took his hand and dragged him back to the bench to get fixed up.
Nice.
And he just coasted along on his knee pads. So it was very cute. It was like a parent like walking a small child into a class.
Yeah.
And I just really enjoyed that one. I thought it was cute because it was like during a stoppage in play. So it wasn't kind of the usual like frantic.
It wasn't as crazy as usual.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to pull your goalie out during the middle of a game.
Oh, Had I thought about that for a second, I would have realized that.
Right. Yeah. So, but no, it was very cute just the way it happened. I enjoyed it. JT Miller was asked about the message to the Rangers heading into the Olympic break. His response was, I don't know. We just need to enjoy or take time. I literally don't know. Come back with a better mindset, I guess. So good to know that he is really leading the charge and helping them have a great mentality in the break.
It's going to be the opening line of his self-help workbook or whatever, like the power review kind of thing.
The power of I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know by JT Miller.
Leadership 101.
Exactly. And just don't know stuff. Andrei Kuzmenko caught a puck to the face and it looked really bad. He was kicking those little feet down on the ice.
Oh, he was. We saw that, didn't we?
Yeah. And he needed help getting off the ice. So I felt really bad for him. So I hope that is not a serious thing and he is back to his old self by the time we resume the season here. And then finally, The Athletic put out their anonymous player poll and asked the question, who has the league's worst chirps? And to clarify, they do not mean the cleverest, most devastating chirps. They mean the worst as in terrible chirping abilities.
Gotcha.
So there were several votes for Trevor Zegras, which I find completely unsurprising.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got a lot going on upstairs besides the hair, which there's a lot of hair.
Yeah.
So
that's that checks out.
They also did a list of players who received one vote. Thomas Harley was on the list, which I like to believe is because he talks like he's from the 1940s and he's like, oh, you're a tough guy, eh? I can just imagine him talking like that for some reason.
Why don't you come over here and let me box them ears?
Exactly. Exactly. And then also some diva answered every Stars player, which is honestly hilarious to me.
Wow. Because
you have this reputation on Reddit as being big, bad meanies, but we're overall so polite and non-threatening. what is Wyatt Johnston going to be like, oh, it's your birthday? I'll score a hat trick for you.
Right.
Or Essa Lindell's going to smile at you. Like, I mean, you know, even our mean people like Jamie Benn will just stare at you with his murder eyes and Leon Vishal will launch you into space. Like it's not talking, it's just action.
Yeah.
Like chirping's not our strong suit, I don't think.
No, I can't imagine. I mean, I know that they're considered, I guess, from what you say, like dirty players and no one likes them and this and that. But my God, they're all so soft. Like I've been watching for what, 3 or 4 years? Like that's not a scary team.
They're adorable baby kittens. They're so cute. Like, come on.
Even the thugs aren't even that thuggish.
I know, right? It's like, I mean, Jamie just can't do what he used to do.
Yeah.
He's way less murdery because it's really hard on the joints once you hit your late 30s.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't get it. Whatever. Anyway, that's what I've got for NHL stuff. Did you have anything for Fred's Corner of stuff we haven't talked about?
I don't think I did.
That's good.
Well, I mean, there wasn't really any hockey.
I know. There was not a whole lot.
Oh, I started making notes about Josh doing Yoda talk again in the last game we saw.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty rough.
But that's just standard now. And I tell you what, it's catching on around the league with announcers. National ones, Jim's done it a bunch of times, but that Yoda like cadence.
Yeah, it's like went down into the zone he did.
Work it up high, will the Jets.
Right, exactly. It's like a thing where they kind of just start to narrate the action and then they have to like backfill the subject of the sentence or something.
Yeah.
Some of the broadcasters. No, you're right. I have found that more noticeable lately.
It's becoming more prevalent this season for sure.
Josh Bogorod on the Stars broadcast has historically been quite good at it, but I think he's just doing it so much now. It's become more noticeable. And as a result, I'm picking it up more when other broadcasters are doing it.
Yeah.
Because they weren't as sort of like poetic as Josh was.
Right.
But now it's just everywhere all the time. And yes, we've realized this week, I think that it really is a very Yoda syntax, basically.
The other one I wrote down, this is all I wrote down, but going down was hints.
Yes. Yeah, I believe that was said during a game and you were like, when isn't hints going down? And you know what? That's valid and that's fair. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, but anyway, that's all I got. Nope.
It's a short week.
Totally checked out on hockey. We watched some of those games. The Flyers don't look that great and the Stars started looking better.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually what I'm going to go into next.
Oh, yeah. Spoiler alert.
All right. I mean, that's pretty much what I have here. So the Flyers on Tuesday, they faced the Capitals and defeated them 4-2. And they took an early lead with goals from Owen Tippett and Carl Grundstrom. The Capitals tied it up early in the third, but with 5 minutes to go, Jamie Drysdale had the go-ahead goal, and then Rasmus Ristolainen sealed it up with a really impressive empty netter. He was basically falling down and was at the other end of the rink, and he put it in. So the Flyers did have one victory this week, and then their last game before the break was against the Ottawa Senators. We did not watch that one, I don't think. I was out to dinner.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
But they lost 2-1 in OT, so they got another point. But the pity points aren't really keeping them in the mix anymore. They are 6th in the Metro and are not currently in the running for a wild card spot.
Well, we'll see what happens in the back half of the season.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think the Rick talk of it all has like started really permeating, and that's not great.
He certainly JT Millered up that room, didn't he?
He sure has. It's the Elias Pettersoning of Matvei Michkov has begun in earnest. Like,
Danny Briere was out talking about it.
Yeah, he's like, no, we love Matvei, and he's definitely staying here forever. And all of the talk about him has not like been directed towards him or picking on him. And also we love him and we're keeping him by. And all the rest of us are like, get him out of there. Like,
yeah, no,
he's just going to Elias Pettersson him. Like,
right.
It's just what he's doing.
No, it's not good for my boy, Matvei.
Rick Tocchet doesn't like a European player.
Yep.
It's just, he needs to have a European to bully and he's found one. So it's not ideal, and I don't like it. All right, so moving on to the Stars. They played 2 games as well before the break hit. So on Monday, we played the Winnipeg Jets, and it was a back and forth game with Stars goals coming from Jason Robertson, Nils Lundqvist and Mikko Rantanen in regulation. And Mikko's was especially nasty. He just walked through 3 or 4 Jets players and was just like, I'm good. Like, I'm fine.
Yeah, no, he undressed them, as one says.
Yes, exactly. As is said in the parlance. The game did go into OT when Winnipeg scored with their goalie pulled. But in OT, we reached into our bag of tricks and rediscovered OT game winner Thomas Harley.
There he is.
Yeah, there he is. That guy who just kind of shows up and scores OT game winners. Like, yay. The last time he scored one of those was against Winnipeg to knock them out of the playoffs.
That's what he do.
Yeah, he was like, oh, these miserable jerks.
Right.
Let me just send them home again. So that was great. He's definitely been looking a lot better the last couple games.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And then on Wednesday, we played the Blues for like the 3rd time in a month.
I got to tell you what, I'm tired of them playing the Blues.
I'm so tired of it. I'm really over it. So in this one, Jason Robertson scored in the first period. And then the Stars had a pretty dominant second period with goals from Matt Duchene, Maverick Bourque, and Jamie Benn. And we headed into the third with the Stars up 4-2. So, 2-goal lead. Obviously, we're safe. Not really. The Blues scored twice in the third to tie it up. But with just 23 seconds to go, Jamie Benn scored his second goal of the night to give us the regulation win at 5-4.
Yeah.
So Jamie Benn looking good. Him and Matt Duchene playing together. They're great. People are calling them the Unk line because they are old.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they're good. They just like to be cranky old guys together, apparently, which is great. And heading into the break, the Stars are on a 6-game win streak. We remain third in the Central Division, and we're just a point behind the Minnesota Wild. We are in 5th place in the league right now, but it's super, super packed. So it's Colorado's in the league with 83 points. And then Tampa, Carolina, and Minnesota are all tied for second with 78 points. And then we're right on their heels with 77 points. So it's like we're technically in 5th, but we're kind of in 3rd, but not really.
Sure. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So, yeah. So, definitely we had that bad run, but we look to be snapping out of it somewhat.
Right.
And after the break, we should have Leon Bischel back, which makes me really happy.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm feeling better.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. No, that's good. Out of those top teams, I don't know. Tampa's the one that I think is looking like scary this year.
They really are, and I don't like it.
Yeah, no,
scary and boring is a bad combination.
Yeah. Oh, wasn't this the week of like the crazy fight or whatever with them? And,
yeah. Tampa and Florida played, and they did the thing where everybody gets 1 million penalty minutes again. And the referee has to write them all down and still can't get it all right.
Still can't get it right with it written in his hand. That's how many penalties there are and how complex it is.
And Paul Maurice got thrown out of the game, and it was bonkers. So.
Yeah, I don't know. At this point, I think I told you, I'm kind of over those two teams having a rivalry because it just feels like they're like, oh, well, we're going to have a rivalry. And they're like, all right, cool. We're having a rivalry. Let's do a rivalry.
Yeah, it's like just doing a heckin' rivalry for no good reason.
Right.
Like, it just feels so, I don't know, stagey or something.
Yeah, no, it feels performative, right?
Yeah, exactly. Although I did hear Brandon Hagel managed to get out of the last game without getting injured, which is like the first time in I think 248 days he's gotten out of a Tampa game without an injury. So good for him.
Yeah.
So
Florida game.
Florida game.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's good news.
Well, anyway, they can all knock it off. I didn't even go back to like look at that one because I was just like, oh, it's exhausting. I get it. You guys are all fighty.
I know. It's fun when it's the Flyers, but I don't care when it's Tampa and Florida, really. So
you dummies doing it again. Then
just cause.
Just cause
it's fun.
Oh, you're from the East Coast? Well, I'm from the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
It's like, all right, whatever. We don't care. Going back to the Stars for a second, I would like to mention that in the game against the Blues, Jason Robertson scored his 200th career NHL goal. He became the first player from the 2017 draft class to hit this milestone. And I think he's now the 3rd fastest American to hit 200 goals out of the active NHL Americans right now. So Austin Matthews did it in 338 games and Kyle Connor in 429 games. And Robo did it in 431 games.
All right, cool.
And once again, this man is not on the U.S. Olympic hockey team.
Nope, he sure isn't.
He sure is not. So, we'll see how that works out for that when that happens.
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent.
So hopefully I won't be eating my words, but we'll see. All right. And I think that's a good way to transition into the Olympics.
Let's do the Olympics.
All right. So the Olympics have been happening and we've been watching them.
We've been doing the Olympics.
We've been Olympicing so hard.
Yeah, except for snow sports. We don't do those.
No, we're focusing on the ice sports first.
Yeah.
Because it's like in the title of the podcast.
Ice is slippery, not slow. Snow is slippery.
Right. Yeah. It's like a whole different frozen genre to get used to. And there's only so many frozen genres that can handle at a time.
Exactly.
So yeah. To start, I thought we would just talk briefly about the opening ceremony. I had it on the other day. You were kind of wandering in and out while it was on.
Well, yeah. Super inconvenient for me is the Olympics happening while I'm working.
Yeah, that's the thing when it's like time zones and stuff.
Yeah, that's how they work.
Because, like nighttime in Italy is like daytime in the U.S. and whatnot. So, but the thing is you can watch them sort of on demand. So you don't have to watch them.
No, I know. As long as you stay off the internet.
Right. But the second you're anywhere near the internet, like NBC will be like, so-and-so wins the such and such.
Yeah, man, they are pissing off everybody on YouTube with them broadcasting what happened in the titles. Like everyone's like, my God, can I just get home and watch the replay, you assholes?
Yeah, those are just for the people who don't really care about watching anything and just want to watch the cool stuff.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Anyway, I did watch a lot of the opening ceremonies and we had some hockey sightings. So some NHL players were flag bearers for their countries. Nino Niederreiter was the flag bearer for Switzerland, David Pasternak for Czechia, and Leon Draisaitl for Germany. And some of the Team USA hockey players flew in early to be part of the opening ceremony. So Charlie McAvoy, Zach Werenski, Jeremy Swayman, and our friend Jake Ottinger were all there decked out in their Ralph Lauren outfits. We got to see them walking.
Yeah, they were like at the back of the pack too.
They were, yes.
They were like the cool kids.
They were, and I think also just so they didn't hide all of the rest of the athletes because they're so much larger than like everybody else. So Jake especially, it just looks like a gargoyle or like a behemoth.
Right.
It's crazy. And then I believe Nico Hischier, Timo Meyer, and Jonas Siegenthaler were all there for for Switzerland as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know, my big thing from the opening ceremonies were just that some of the outfits go really hard. And
some of them go super hard.
They're super cool. So Mongolia always delivers. And this year they crushed it again. You got to see a little glimpse of them the other night. Oh,
yeah. No, they put together like a YouTube thing. It's like Serenity Magazine or something. It's like 45 seconds just introducing their fit for the year. And damn, what a 45-second video that is.
Yeah, they wore a traditional clothing item called a deal that was inspired by the Mongol Empire in the 13th and 15th centuries. And it was made with Mongolian cashmere, silk trim, and ornate embroidery.
Yeah.
And it just looks so cool. But like still modern and like winter sporty.
Yeah.
It was just badass. I loved it.
Super cool.
And then I also really liked the walk-in looks from Czechia. I looked into them more and they were inspired in part by the work of Wojciech Prysig, who is a Czech graphic artist who was a contemporary of Mucha.
Oh, okay.
So those were the kind of like splotchy, like graphic print, I don't know, suits, like sort of like pants and shirts matching. You noted them when they came out.
Did I?
You did. Yeah.
Well, good.
You'll have to check later.
I certainly will.
No pun intended. But yeah, no, those were really cool too. So, and I kind of liked how the Canada like kind of poncho things looked with like the puffy, like the black poncho things with the kind of like puffy maple leaves.
Yeah, no, I've been, as you know, all up in the Team Canada.
PWHL specifically, like the women's Team Canada.
The women's Team Canada Instagram content. And I've seen all the unboxings of all the Lululemon gear. And I've liked it since the beginning. I like the color for some reason. I just notice a Canadian Olympic person as a result of what they're wearing, like quicker than I think I normally would. I don't know.
I like that they're leaning into the black this year. I don't feel like that's a thing we usually see with them. And it looks kind of cool and edgy.
Yep.
And, you know, the U.S. is doing their like typical Ralph Lauren, like super preppy thing. And it just is
it's still good.
It's good. It's stylish. It's very, I don't know, like Tommy Hilfiger 90s catalog vibes.
It is that, isn't it?
It's their thing. And that's like what they like to do. And they're doing their brand, but it's just like a little like yawn at this point.
It is a little, you're right, 90s. Like it's got that kind of, it's not new.
No.
Anyway, yeah. But yeah, no, I really like the Canada thing. And I think Mashmeyer and Nurse were like opening up that like poncho thing. And they're like, what is this?
Yes. Yeah. But it looked really great.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was cool. I liked some of the stuff for sure. Speaking of women's hockey, we have gotten to watch some of the games, and that's been really good. They actually started before the opening ceremonies even kicked off, which was not a thing I knew happened. And now I do.
Mm-hmm.
So Team USA has played twice. First, they defeated Czechia 5-1, and then they bested Finland 5-0. In the first game, Joy Dunn scored her first Olympic goal, which is always awesome. And then in the second game, Hillary Knight tied the U.S. Olympic women's hockey record for most Olympic goals ever scored with her 14th career goal. And then Abby Murphy also had a really nice goal in that game. We like her. So
yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah, the first game we watched.
Yeah, it was like a weekday, like, I don't know, Wednesday or Thursday. And
yeah,
I was like watching on my computer while I worked, and it was like engaging.
That was a really strong game. I think the U.S. looks really good.
They look really, really, really good.
They look so fast and so strong and so relentless.
Their power play looks awesome.
Don't get a penalty against them.
Yeah, which is something that Team Finland did not pay attention to.
Yeah, they missed that memo. But yes, their power play looks super solid. They're vibing. They're a well-oiled machine. So yeah,
I think they're so used to it, like they haven't had this Olympic break like the men have. So
right. Yeah. They're like, all right, let's do this again.
They're like, yeah, we are still a national team like we have been all along. So
yep.
They look great. And then Team Canada also looks really good. They were going to face Finland originally, but they had to delay their opening game due to a norovirus outbreak amongst Team Finland. And then on Saturday, they did finally enter the tournament going against Switzerland, where they ultimately took home a 4-0 victory. And I watched the first two periods of this game. I think you watched the first period with me.
Yep.
And the Swiss goalie kept it a lot more even than it probably should have been, because early in the third period, Canada was only up 1-0. But at that point, they had outshot the Swiss 34-3.
Right.
Like throughout the game.
Kind of a dominant performance.
Yes. The Swiss had 3 shots on goal.
Yeah.
Like a minute into the third period, like from the whole game.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, no, there's not a lot of shooting on the net.
Not a lot. No,
they were not getting pucks in deep.
They were not, or at all, or like even like shallowly. Like it was just the pucks were not pucking. So yeah, no, that was pretty crazy. And yeah, eventually it just proved too much, and Canada ended up getting the win 4-0. So yeah, Canada and U.S. looking super strong. Both teams can handily outshoot the other teams, and they both look pretty strong on power play.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're definitely pretty dominant from what I've seen.
From what we've seen, absolutely. I think the U.S. looks better than Canada right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think Canada does look really good, though. I think Mashmeyer looked great in goal, but again, didn't have a lot of shots on her. What it ended up being like 11 or 12 shots total.
Something like that. Yeah, it was not a ton.
So she got a shutout, but yikes.
But yeah, I mean, she was definitely bored and lonely for a while. Yeah, no, I'm excited to see the U.S. and Canada up against each other. I did hear that Italy won, which was very unexpected. So
right, yeah, because they're just like the auto entry, right?
Right, yeah, it's our country. We get to show up even if we didn't place. So yeah, so that's cool for them.
Yep.
And yeah, so we don't have tons of women's hockey yet, but we're going to have some more coming up.
Didn't we watch some today? No, yesterday.
We watched a bunch yesterday. We had a game on today, but just very briefly.
Okay. Yeah. It was like Sweden.
I think it was like France and Sweden, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. So, but then we had to switch over to ice skating, which we'll get to in a minute.
Yes.
But I do want to take a brief detour to men's hockey. They haven't started playing yet, but the other NHL players have started making their way over to Italy now. So yeah, basically most of the NHL players weren't there for the opening ceremony just because of the schedules, with the games ending when they did.
Because Gary Bettman won't let him off of work early.
No, he's like, come on, guys.
Jesus.
Let me wring some more money out of you.
Jesus, Bettman.
Exactly.
Let these boys get a little rest before they go represent the country.
No. No, I don't want to. So yeah, no, I mean, the only reason like Otter and Sway and Werenski and McAvoy were over was like they flew themselves over to be at the opening ceremonies.
Yeah. Charter a plane to Italy.
Something like that, I heard. So
why not?
I mean, might as well. Anyway, so the other NHL players flew over basically yesterday and are like arriving today. And Brad Marchand posted an Instagram story last night tagging Sam Bennett and Travis Sanheim. And he reported that Bennett said, Sanny, for 2 weeks, we're best friends. After that, your soul is mine. And Sanheim replied, can I change chairs, please? And so that's how it's going with Team Canada so far.
Nice.
And the men's teams have also begun naming their leadership groups. And there are some familiar names. So Canada went with the if it ain't broke, don't fix it method. And Sidney Crosby remains team captain.
Of course.
I mean, why would you go with anybody else? Like he's Captain Canada. It is what it is. His alternates are Connor McDavid and Cale Makar. The U.S. has gone with Austin Matthews as captain, which is a bold choice. I don't think of him as the most motivational guy in the world.
Nor does any of the people that root for the Maple Leafs.
No. So that's certainly an option.
Yep.
But, I guess better than JT Miller.
Certainly. You would have lost your mind if it was JT Miller.
I would have thought it was so hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I demand a recount. Like, let's just put JT Miller in charge just for funsies.
Right.
I think that would be great. Their alternates on US are Matthew Tkachuk and Charlie McAvoy. For Finland, Mikael Granlund is the captain, and his alternates are Sebastian Aho and Mikko Rantanen.
I would have done Rantanen.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that, but I don't know. Finland's so like soft spoken, and Mikko might just be too moose like for that, And he's also a miscreant now, so
it's true.
He's maybe just not a good influence.
He's learned terrible things from Jamie Benn.
It's all Jamie Benn's fault. It's terrible. He can't be trusted. Gabe Landeskog will lead Team Sweden with help from Victor Hedman and Erik Karlsson. And then finally for Czechia, Pasternak and Gudas are both alternate captains.
Nice.
So lots of NHL leadership there that we can watch. I don't know. I'm excited to see the men's hockey too, but I'm enjoying the women's hockey in the meantime.
Yeah, the women's hockey's fire.
It's so fun to watch.
It's really good.
It's really fun to watch just on the Olympic rinks and everything.
And the announcing's very good, actually, too.
It is. It is quite good. So
for a national broadcast.
It's less annoying than usual.
Yeah.
I think just because they have more things to talk about the context of like the Olympics in general.
Yeah, and they don't have like two storylines. They both seem to know a lot about the Olympics.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
They've both been there and like, yeah, it's kind of a thing. So that's kind of where we are for hockey right now. But like I said, we've kind of been focusing on some other sports as well. So I have always really liked ice skating. I think part of it was just growing up as a kid in the 90s. That was just like, ice skating was huge at that time.
It was everywhere.
It was everywhere.
And we've talked, right? Like if you're of an older millennial like age, like ice skating was on the weekend, like on Sundays, like all the time.
Yeah, of just every kind of different tournament you could see.
Right.
It wasn't just like the Olympics. Like you could see all the different sort of tournaments and things that were on.
Yeah.
In my memory at least. So I remember that. And also there were just so many sort of iconic figure skaters back then. Like you had your Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya Harding thing, and you had Michelle Kwan, and like later you had Tara Lipinski, and it was just so memorable for that era, I think.
No, it was just everywhere because it was none of this was like on demand. You just turn on the TV and you'd be like, oh, ice skating's on. Let me find something else to do, or let me watch it. And
And I usually watched it because there were sparkly outfits.
Yeah.
And I have always been into sparkly rocks. So, why not?
Yep. I watched a ton of ice skating in high school.
Yeah. And then I didn't watch any for years and years and years. And then this year, we actually kind of got back into that habit of watching some routines way before the Olympics. We've been keeping up with some of the Team USA people, specifically Alyssa Liu, Ilya Malinin, and Amber Glenn. We've kind of seen some of their individual routines throughout
throughout the whole year.
Yeah, throughout different competitions like nationals and worlds and different Grand Prix and things.
Yeah, I don't know how it came across the algorithm for us, but
I blame Instagram.
We've been certainly aware of all of their programs and have watched 6 to 8 versions of it throughout the year.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think I was even more excited about it than usual going in, even though it's been quite a while.
Yep.
So we started watching those right away as well. And we actually just had some skating medals given out today. So that was for the team figure skating.
Right. We had to delay the podcast to watch more ice sports.
Yes, exactly. So we're just adding to our ice sport repertoire here. So team skating basically is different skaters participating in sort of different events, and then they get ranked, and then their points add up, and then they can win the gold, silver, or bronze medal.
By country.
Yeah. So we watched that. There were a lot of different events to watch. It was women's singles and men's singles. There's like a short program and then a long program. And then there's like pairs skating and then pairs dancing, 2 different things. And there's like a short program and a long program.
Mm-hmm.
And for the short programs, there's 10 countries. And then that kind of gets whittled down to the top 5, and the top 5 move on to do the long programs.
Cool.
So that's kind of where we're at with all of that. I don't know. It feels complicated to me, but that's because I'm not good at numbers.
Well, there's a lot to keep track of, and they're all scored in different ways too. Like this one starts with a base and they add to it. This one is how much close to the max did you get?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, do we add? Do we take away? Do we do this? Do we do that? And it's like, this routine is shorter and it has more elements you have to do, and you have to do them in a certain order. And it's like, well, this one's longer and it's more free, and that's why it's the freestyle. Right. And it's like, there's just so much to do. And it's like, why is this person skating here and not skating there? But it was still really fun. And that was, also like even our kid kind of got involved, which is always fun when we're doing something that's outside of her interest. And she's like, hello, I would like to watch that.
Yeah, no, we watched all of it, basically.
She declared ice skating, she said, this is the sport of all time.
Yeah.
Which is high praise for her.
Yeah, definitely.
So it was good. So yeah, we're not going to go through like all of it, but I did just want to talk about some of, I guess, the performers that we really liked.
Yeah, definitely. That's really all I was writing down like the other night. I didn't write down everything I thought, but yeah.
Yeah. So, well, first, I think I would really like to talk about the commentating, because there are several commentators for ice skating, but 2 of them are Tara Lipinski and Johnny Weir, who are retired ice skaters.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very good friends. The 2 of them commentate together quite a lot. And I love them as commentators. It's so great to listen to them. They're so knowledgeable about the sport. And they're also they don't pull any punches.
There are no punches pulled.
No punches have been pulled.
They will certainly tell you what that person just did.
But they're not like assholes about it. Like they're not like Simon Cowell in the early 2000s about it.
No.
They're just like, listen, that person's just not technically very good.
Right. And they're like, but we all know that.
Yeah. They're like, but here's where he can make up for that.
Right.
And it's like, okay, nobody was expecting this pair to do very well. They just put this pair in there because they needed a pair to compete in this round.
Yep.
Like, they're just so unvarnished, but in a very polite way, like in a genteel kind of way.
No, it feels very much like the figure skating world, where they're like, yeah, we know that they're not that artistic and they're not that good at skating and they don't have a high level of technicality and that their music choices are terrible and that their outfits are bad. But here's the positive things about them and what they can bring to this company. Like, they're very good, but it is very much like, I would imagine the inside world being like.
Johnny would be like, by their standards, this was an excellent performance. And like, he didn't even sound bitchy about it.
No.
He was just like, listen, we have to take into account that nobody expects them to do well. And
and that they're terrible skaters.
And once you remember that and keep that in mind, this was really good.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, like, sure.
Super funny.
I don't know.
None of it comes across like in a negative way, but if you just read it on a page, you're like, wow.
Right. But it's like, because I think some of the other commentators were maybe like way too nice. Like, they were just like, oh, it was magnificent. It was this. And he's like, okay, yes, it was magnificent for them.
Yeah, Johnny will not allow them to just shower false praises.
Yeah, no, he just wants to be accurate for the audience. Yep. I think he's just like, no, it's going to confuse people if they hear you say it's magnificent and then they get like single digit scores. Like, right. we have to figure this out.
Yep.
So I do really enjoy both of them sort of, being involved with it.
All four of them together are great.
They really are.
Whoever the fourth lady is, she's like the ringside lady or whatever. But.
Yeah. There's kind of an older lady and then there's another guy, Terry maybe.
Yeah.
And I don't know, they all just have really fun vibes together.
They do.
It's a really good balance of kind of like, the announcers that your grandparents want to listen to versus like the announcers that you like kind of want to drink wine and have a cigarette with.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like to see them do an NHL game.
Oh my God. That would be so amazing.
Because they're that good.
Yes, they're so good. And they know what's going on too. It's really great. They also did point out that like a lot of the skaters were like vamping for the judges this year.
There was, nonstop. They're just like right up in their faces like, hey, judge, look at me.
Yeah, exactly. They were just like, hello. Like they're like every routine had like a moment where they would go and like strike a pose in front of the judges or do like a little, flirting or something. And Tara Lewinsky is like, I could never like,
right.
It's like, I was too afraid to look at the judges when I skated.
Yeah. And most of it's come off pretty well. There was one girl who did a thing that was real cringy and real awkward. But other than that, it's been okay. And it's kind of been fun.
No, it's been really fun and engaging. Tara Lipinski did also say there was like one pairs move that didn't go off. It was like side-by-side jumps and one person landed the jump and the other one didn't. And she said to Johnny, she's like, this is why I could never be a pair skater. Like if you and I did that and you didn't land the jump, I would murder you.
Yep.
And it was just such a like fun insight into like why some people are cut out for pair skating and why some people are not cut out for pair skating. And I don't know, I found it really entertaining. So yeah. They just had all these kind of like nice little things throughout there. So I guess for men's single skaters, we'll just kind of focus on the ones that we liked the best that stood out for us. So for the short program, I think we went in expecting Ilya Malinin to do awesome, and he kind of struggled on the short program.
It certainly seems like maybe the pressure of this global stage is in his head a little bit. Like he even just looks different on the ice from what we've seen. Like just he looks more up in his head a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. So definitely there were some misses in the short program, some jumps that didn't get landed. I think a combination that got missed that he had to make up for.
Yep.
So it just was not his most solid performance. And then we had Yuma Kagayama come out from Japan, and he absolutely murdered it.
He lit it up.
He was so good, and he was so cute, and he'd had like just these cute little dance moves. And I don't know, go watch Yuma Kagayama's short program. It's so fun.
Very fun. Yeah, no, that felt like an Olympic performance.
It did. Right? It was so good. It was so confident.
Yep.
And in an upset, he actually won the men's short program over Ilya Malinin.
Malinin got second, man, dead faced on that camera, up close camera when he got second.
I mean, everyone is expecting him to take that one, and
like dude does not come in second.
No, he doesn't. So that was shocking.
That was shocking.
Women's singles, we really like Alyssa Liu, and she delivered a really incredible performance. Her music is a Leve song, and she has like a lot of power and confidence when she skates.
Yeah, she's incredible.
She's so good. Tara Lipinski said at one point that when she skates, it looks like a show and not a competition, which is such a good way to put it. Like she's just got an ease about her. Like,
yep.
She never looks nervous or like she's trying too hard. And so she was fantastic. But then Kaori Sakamoto came out and had a beautiful routine to time to say goodbye. And I believe she took the top spot in the short program. So yeah, that was a little tough because I actually preferred Alyssa's, I believe.
Yeah.
They're both very, very good, but one was just a little, I think, more different.
Yeah, no, there was a lot to like in all of that. Not the first skaters. I don't know who they were, but they were rough. But the first one I liked was Shinji something from Japan. Yes. I was like, oh, she was good. And then Gutman, I think, from Italy, yes. She was great.
Yeah.
And then Liu came out. She was sick.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sakamoto, sick.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Gutman from Italy was also really good in that one, too. I liked her a lot as well. That was in the short program.
Yeah. And
I think she took third.
I think she did, too. And yeah, I don't know. It's nice for Italy to win things, I think. I don't know. I'm just finding myself being like, oh, you won Italy? Good job. You're hosting the games. Good job.
I know, it's kind of sweet because like they didn't, necessarily qualify to be there, but it's nice to see them sort of stepping up, especially because a lot of their participants are really injured. I think one pair came out of retirement to do this because it's like, well, fuck, it's on home ice. We might as well.
Right.
So for the pairs opening rounds, I didn't really take any notes on the pairs opening rounds except for the, oh no, not the opening rounds, I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
We watched the first doubles, pairs, whatever it is. And that was the more like figure skating technical one.
Right. Not the dancing pairs, but the skating pairs.
This is I'm going to pick you up and throw you and you're going to do a very specific thing. And all I wrote down was doubles, no thanks.
Everybody kept falling down.
It was so cringy and hard to watch because I just want them all to like do well. And then they mess up a jump and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, you're very much I just want everybody to have a good game. And in the pairs figure skating short program, people were not having a good game.
There's not a lot of good games going on there. Yeah. And
it was just kind of whoever fell down the least did the best.
Yeah. By like the last couple, skaters, I was like, well, that was not a bad stumble there. That was pretty good. And once I'm like enjoying something where it's like not flawless, like I start questioning why I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah.
So
yeah, real cringy. I did not like that one at all.
Yeah, I was not a fan.
Nope.
And then the rhythm dancing too, I just don't think anything really jumped out at me from that field. Moving on to the second round, there were 5 countries that moved on. So United States and Japan, Italy, Canada, and Georgia. And it was basically pretty clear that US and Canada were battling it out for gold and silver, and then the other 3 were in the mix for bronze.
Yep.
So basically, the competition in this sort of second round started with the pairs ice dancing, which was the freestyle. So that one happened Saturday night.
Okay.
So that was the longer ice dancing one.
Yeah. And they're maybe like a little too long.
Some of them did get a little bit too long.
Yeah. I could trim 30 seconds off of most of those routines.
Yeah. Whereas the shorter routines are, I think, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. These are 4 minutes. And it's a thing. These ones basically, they do sort of get points for stamina and endurance. That is part of it.
Right.
So like they would get bonuses for jumps done during, later parts of the routine, things like that. But they do have a lot more freedom in the way that they express themselves. Like in the rhythm dance, they have a very specific like sort of theme or like rhythm that they're doing. So this year they were doing the 90s for their short ones.
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, this one, they just got to go like a lot freer with it.
Mm-hmm.
For me, the standout routine here was Madison Chalk and Evan Bates from Team USA. They were doing sort of a flamenco Paso Doble inspired routine set to a version of Paints It Black. And the costumes were kind of like this weird, like sci-fi matador theme.
Yeah.
That like, at first you were kind of like, I don't know about his, but then by the time it was done, it was like, yes.
No, his looked real stupid as they were getting out on the ice. Like it just looked like some kind of like cyberpunk kind of like body armor nonsense or something. I was like, man, that looks stupid. Hers was like kind of okay. A little weird, but fine. But then once they got into it, it was like, oh no, that's the exact outfit he should be wearing for this.
Yeah, it was really cool. We watched like a lot of dance competition shows over the years. So we've seen a lot of Paso Dobles. And
yep. And that's your favorite.
That's probably one of my favorites. And, the skirt is often really involved as like sort of a cape for the bowl sort of thing. And the way they incorporated it into the routine was so cool because it was like in different ways than I had seen before. They do these sort of like fancy, not full lifts, but like sort of, where she'd be sort of standing on his legs and then like the skirt would be billowing out behind her.
Yep.
And it just looked amazing.
And somehow whenever she did like one of those, like they do kind of like those freeze poses like you were talking about, she would somehow have that thing in her hand like in the perfect position to make it like make a shape or do a thing with it.
Yes. And like they were doing these overhead spins and it would flow in the right direction every single time. It was really crazy.
Yeah.
So it was one of those times where like the prop works really well.
Yep.
The costume works great. The routine all flows and it all just looked really sick.
Yeah. I thought he like, when he got on the ice, I was like, this guy's kind of goofy looking. And then I was like, yeah, she's kind of okay, whatever. But then when they started, she was like the Matador and he was like the Bull. And they just sold those characters and just crushed it.
She also had like the best stage makeup of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So, so that was, I think, really for me, the standout in
that one's worth watching.
In the ice dancing for sure.
Yep.
Were there any other of those kind of ice dancing ones that jumped out at you?
That's the only one I wrote down.
Yeah.
I just wrote down Chalk and Bates, WTF.
Yeah, no, it was so good. All right, so today there's the pair skating, which is not the dancing, it's the skating, and it was the free skate. For me, my favorites, they were Team Georgia. They were in the kind of sparkly turquoise costumes.
You loved everything Georgia was putting out for costumes.
Oh my God, they had the best. In the women's singles in the short round, the girl was wearing this like red one with rhinestones, and it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And then, yes, in pairs, they had these sparkly turquoise costumes, and they were doing this like super cool spin they did a few times where he's got her lifted with one hand, and then he kind of is like spinning her like a top, and then he starts spinning too.
Yeah.
So it's like a spinning spin.
Yeah, of course.
It was bonkers.
Yeah.
And they had some really nice throws. He was just like launching her into space.
I thought they looked really good. Yeah. I feel like Georgia showed up for this whole ice skating thing.
They totally did. So they looked great. And they actually came in second in this round, which actually kept them in contention for the bronze, which was great.
See, and sometimes you just got to blow all your money on your bedazzling budget.
Sometimes you just got to do it.
And it works out.
So yeah, the only team that did better than them was Japan, and they were gorgeous. They had these kind of like gray and tan sort of outfits that were sort of abstract. They kind of reminded me of a duvet cover we used to have.
Yeah.
And they just flowed together so well. Like
they flowed as well as our duvet cover once did.
Exactly. It just all really went together. It really tied the room together.
Yeah.
So no, it's like their size differential is perfect. Like she's real little, so she's like easy to fling around, but like not so much shorter than him that it looks like wacky.
Yeah, there was one couple that I think was from the previous day that didn't make it through or whatever. That was like noticeably like she just tiny and he just huge.
Right, exactly. So like when they do side by side things, it still looks really good.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look really super awkward or anything. And they can spin really well, you know, in parallel to each other.
Yeah, in sync.
But no, it was so good. They did so good. So yeah, so they took that one, which was great for them.
Which is also cool for Japan, right? Because like they were saying, Japan focuses on soloists and doesn't really do pair stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. It's sort of more of an individualized sport in Japan. And so for them to have such a great pairs team is something that's kind of out of the ordinary for them.
Yeah.
And also figure skating is the most popular sport in that country besides baseball. So taken very seriously there.
Yeah.
So then we moved on to women's singles, and we had Team Georgia, Anastasia Gubanova from there, once again killing it with the outfits.
Mm-hmm.
There were not rhinestones this time, but it was this white dress with these kind of like black twisted pieces of fabric that looked like vines.
Oh, right.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
And the outfit just went really well with the routine, and she had these really graceful transitions between her moves, and she did amazing. And then Lara Naki Gutman from Team Italy tortured me by doing a routine set to the Jaws theme. I mean, it was like a bunch of John Williams music, but the Jaws theme was in there, and we all know that I don't do well with sharks. So I didn't love that.
Yeah.
But her costume was pretty cool, and she did a really good job, but I didn't like it as much as I liked Team Georgia. And the judges agreed with me.
It was still good, but yeah, it wasn't it.
Yeah, no, the Team Georgia one really, really stuck with me, and it was fantastic. And yeah, Team Georgia ended up beating out Team Italy. And then Amber Glenn skated, and she was really nervous. You could tell she was really nervous and shaky.
Yeah, something was off since the beginning of her going out there.
Yeah, she just was not feeling the vibes.
She did not look like herself. She looked nervous. She looked panicked. Something was going on.
And she was filling the role that Alyssa Liu played in the short program, basically.
Right.
So she came out, and she came in third?
Or second.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She came in second at that point, I believe. Yeah, she came in above Italy and below Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So that was not where she wanted to be, for sure.
No.
And she was kind of freaking out about it.
She was certainly panicked.
But yeah, she just did not have her strongest routine, for sure. And then Kaori Sakamoto came out from Japan and once again skated a pretty flawless routine.
She was great.
She was great. It was, for some reason, I just didn't connect with the routine very much, but she did it beautifully.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. I zoned out at one point, actually, because I found myself looking at my phone doing something. I was like, oh, wait, she's still skating. So something was missing there for me, too. But I don't know what.
Well, she did well enough to take first. So she was in first. Team Georgia was in second. And that put Amber Glenn in third. So that meant going into the last round that Japan and the US were tied.
Yeah.
So that was scary. So drama. And then that also meant that Georgia was only 2 points behind Italy. So they were still very much in the mix.
Cool.
All right. So last category, men's singles. Basically, you know, we're kind of in the bronze race here. The Georgia skater comes out. He really needed to score like 2 slots ahead of Italy to stand a chance of staying in the bronze race. He did an okay job, but then Italy came out, and that's Matteo Rizzo, and he just left it all out there, and he did a fantastic job.
He did a killer job. Yeah, the Georgia guy was like, right? That's the tall, lanky boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He definitely did his best, but he was definitely one of the ones where Tara Lipinski and Johnny Weir would be like, you know, he's not the most technical skater or the most artistic skater. He's doing his best.
He's not really known for his skating, so I guess we'll see how he does here.
Exactly. So that happened. And so Italy ended up taking the highest score for that one out of like the bottom 3.
Yeah.
So at that point, bronze was all locked up. So Ilya Malinin was second to last in the men's singles skate. And there had been some talk like, would he still do the long routine?
Oh, right. Maybe have somebody else do it.
Right. Because, you know, maybe he needs to focus on his individual routines. But he came out to skate the long routine. And he did a better job than he did in a short routine, but it was still not perfect.
It's certainly not the best we've seen him ever. Well, I've never seen him stumble, honestly. So.
Yeah, and he had a fall.
Yeah.
He had a full-on fall.
Yeah.
He did regroup from it and bounced back. He also had, I think, another missed combination that he had to make up for.
Which he made up for historically by just crushing it. But
yes, Tara and Johnny were very impressed by his sort of ability to improvise and throw things in to compensate for things that he had missed.
They're like, oh yeah, he just threw in a thing that nobody else can do.
Yes, exactly.
So, you know, that's what I would do if I was out there. It's like, oh, I missed a thing. Let me do the thing nobody else can do.
Yeah. So he still managed to pull it together and develop and deliver, you know, a highly technical performance, even though he had falls.
The technical score is like 110 or something ridiculous.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was so high. So he came out ahead of everybody else so far, but Japan still had to skate. And it was going to come down to if Japan scored higher or not.
That's pretty much how it usually goes.
It pretty much is how it usually goes. So for Japan, we had Shun Soto, and he came out with a Firebird routine, and he honestly absolutely killed it. He nailed every single element in his routine. He was super clean. He had really great performance quality. It was basically flawless, and it was also really fun and engaging to watch.
Yeah.
You know, I connected with that one a lot better. His technical score was so good, I really thought that he might overtake Ilya.
He was only 3 or 4 points off of Ilya, right?
Like maybe 2. Like,
yeah.
It was so close.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, Ilya edged him out by 6 points total. And that left the U.S. to take the gold, Japan with the silver, and Italy to get the bronze in team figure skating.
Yeah, it sucks to put out a performance like that and still lose.
Yeah, but I mean, that just goes to show you where that technical ability gets you, I guess.
Just quad it up and you'll get gold.
I know. Yeah. Ilya was even wearing like the Quad God tank top at one point. So.
Right.
But I don't know. It was fun. I still had a good time watching it. I'm really excited to watch the individuals now because I don't know. It's hard watching teams.
It's hard watching teams. I think it was good for them to start with this too. I mean, Alyssa was saying like, do more of this. This is good because you can tell she just likes hanging out with all of them. But
yeah.
I think this is a good like, okay, now you've been on the ice. Now you've won a medal. Now you've lost a medal, whatever. Like now you can focus on, you know.
And you've done your routines and you've biffed them. So like now you can do them right and like have your sort of comeback moment or what have you.
Yep.
So yeah, no, I'm excited to see especially Ilya come back.
Yeah.
And Amber come back and hopefully crush it when they do their individual medal rounds.
Yeah, the Amber thing was weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
once they won too, because she was sitting in their little box there. She looked so stressed that they were going to take second. She was going to, she was going to beat herself up for the rest of her life.
Oh my God, for sure, because she lost the 2 places in her round. So
yeah,
coming in third in her
literally
round was the worst the U.S. had done. So
that one jump, that she messed up like real bad.
Oh yeah, no, did like a single or something instead of a triple.
Yep,
easy. For the next few weeks, we likely won't be having Fred's birding corner, as Fred has temporarily reassigned himself and would now like to be known as our curling correspondent.
Yeah, sure.
So let's check in with our curling correspondent, Fred, to hear more about what's been happening in the world of curling in our new segment, Fred's Curling Corner.
Fred's Curling Corner. Dun, da, da. Well, curling's been going on, as you know.
Yes, I'm definitely aware.
You've certainly seen it. I did the thing where I said I'm going to do a thing, and then I did a thing. So
yep, just like the birding thing, but with curling.
But with curling, yeah. So I haven't watched as much as I was hoping to, because it started way before opening ceremonies.
Yes.
And way early in the morning.
Yes.
So like 6 a.m. I'm watching curling. That's tough during the week for sure. So anyway, it's been super exciting. The real curling hasn't even really started. So it's been mixed doubles.
Right. Okay.
Which is just a lady and a dude.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly some upsets. Like, we don't need to go through matches or anything, because like, who would do that, right?
That'd be wild.
Right. But no. So at the end of it, we have our top 4 going into like the qualifying rounds tomorrow. And we have Great Britain, USA, Italy, and Sweden making it into the 4.
I'm very happy to hear Sweden's still around.
Yeah, but Switzerland didn't make it, and I'm kind of bummed about Switzerland not making it. So yeah, they just couldn't get it done. But Great Britain's been out of control good since the start. Like, they locked it up like yesterday or the day before. So like, Great Britain's crushing it. They're fantastic. USA looks really good too. Snoop was there with Dropkin's family watching curling one morning. So that was a huge like curling boost, right? Snoop Dogg watching curling.
I mean, I'm sure.
Yep. So yeah, Italy and Sweden. you're so interested. But no, the big story is Canada biffed it. They were supposed to medal and they didn't make it to qualifying.
Oof.
Yeah,
that's a big oof.
There was some big loss this morning, basically, and they came back and Korea beat them this afternoon. So I really liked Korea too. Korea didn't make it happen.
Yeah, I know you were rooting for them.
But. Yeah, no, the girl on that team's kind of funny. She's kind of like a viral sensation back in the Pyongyang.
Nice.
Yeah, that was Korea got really into curling then. But anyway, yeah, no, mixed doubles really starts tomorrow. And then I don't know when the real curling starts, but that's when there's more people on the ice and there's more yelling.
Okay. Yeah, no, there was so much yelling. I didn't realize there was so much yelling in curling.
There's a ton of yelling.
You could never have a curling match in a library.
No, definitely not. And I tell you, it's much more fun when you don't speak the language that they're yelling in, because when you do, you're like, oh, they're just yelling curl, more, less. Like, it's not that exciting. But yeah.
When it's Swedish, it's like way more exciting.
You're like, wow, they're a married couple and they're just yelling at each other.
That's crazy. Now, which team was the one with the baby? Was that Switzerland?
Switzerland had their kid there.
Yeah. That was cute.
Yep.
So, yeah, I have decided that it's just way funnier if I remain completely in the dark about curling.
Yeah, I think that's...
Because you've learned all kinds of things. Like, I learned against my will that the curling thing is made out of stone. I know it's called a stone. I just didn't know it was made out of it.
It's called a rock, actually.
Well, it's called a rock. There you go.
Yep, and it is actually made out of a rock.
Yes, I didn't know that.
From one specific rock off the coast of Scotland.
Yes, and so you know all that. Now I know all that. But like, I've kept myself very ignorant. You also told me that there's like pebbles on the ice or like raised bits on the ice.
Yeah.
And again, I'm like, please do not spoil the magic of it for me. I don't want to know like what any of it means and like what's the point and what's not a point. And like, it's just so much funnier to me if I don't understand it.
I think that's important because yeah, as I've said, I've watched curling when it's on a lot over my lifetime, but had no idea what was going on. So I actually learned how the scoring works this week. I learned some of the technical aspects, and watch some like skipping tutorials, if you're going to be your team skip, like what you need to be thinking about strategy wise and this and that. So yeah, well, I guess we can get into that as we get more into like the real curling. Not that this isn't real curling, but it's super fun. It's super high paced curling. Not a lot of thinking time, kind of like
speed curling
almost. Yeah. They only have like 22 minutes or 23 minutes to think. So yeah, I don't know. It's been real fun. I've started watching a curling commentator from TSN on Instagram. She's giving all like kind of the breakdowns of the matches, and yeah, it's real interesting. I still don't understand the strategy, but at least I understand the scoring and what it is they're trying to do.
Well, that's good. I'm very happy to hear that somebody understands curling, because as I have pointed out, it will not be me.
Yeah. Yeah, so the big takeaways from curling up until now is Canada upset, ice conditions changing, and teams being able to react to changing ice conditions is kind of the big thing.
All right.
Like if you can adapt to this ice being faster the second day, then you're in a good spot, because people have been struggling with it, I guess. So
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So we can go more in depth next time if you want.
Maybe you can do a curling primer for our listeners.
Maybe.
I just won't listen. Okay, well, I don't have like a full-on game today, but I did think it would be kind of fun to do a little movie casting. So last night we were trying to agree on a movie to watch as a family. We never did end up agreeing on one.
Yeah.
But I was lobbying pretty hard for the movie The Cutting Edge, which is from the early 90s with Moira Kelly and D.B. Sweeney. You know those people.
Sure, I do.
I know who they are, but you definitely don't. Anyway, she's a figure skater, or a pair skater who nobody wants to skate with, and he's a retired hockey player who just wants to be on the ice. And so he gets hired to skate with her, basically. And they end up being a really good pair, and it's a thing, and it's like a rom-com kind of.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. I'm familiar with the movie poster.
Yeah, and like the concept.
Yeah.
So now that you've seen some pair skating, and you kind of have seen, like, there are definitely some pairs that we've watched that were just kind of shoved together and are like very new together and are kind of still figuring things out, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, and you see that in there, like there's swizzle sticks or whatever.
They're swizzles. They're twizzles.
They're twizzles.
They're twizzles. So I was thinking, obviously it's a little different in actual pair skating because it's like two figure skaters being put together. But I was thinking it might be fun if like maybe some of our NHL players got drafted into having to be a figure skater.
Okay.
We could maybe see who we think would be the best at it.
Sure.
So I'm just going to pick some names at random here, and we will decide if they would be good pairs partners or not so much. All right. My first person that I have chosen at random is Austin Matthews.
So would he be good at pairs?
Would he be a good pairs figure skater for like, if he's like the retired hockey player that has to go be a figure skater?
I think he's going to be a good middle of the pack guy. I think he's going to get the job done.
You know what? I think he's going to be really excited about the costumes, and it's really going to like bring his creativity alive.
Yeah. No, I feel like he could thrive in this environment. I feel like it might be a nice reprieve.
Yeah, I could definitely see him.
I don't think he's top, I don't think Johnny Weir is going to be like, this guy's skating's amazing and all that, but middle of the pack guy.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. Yeah, he's maybe gonna like get the bronze if he really pushes for it, but
he's gonna try. He's not gonna let you down on purpose.
Exactly. So yeah, he'll give it his all. Ooh, all right. Next one we've got is Mason Marchment. No, that's not safe for anybody. Nobody should recruit him.
You shouldn't even do singles.
No. I mean, he definitely can't do that.
Don't even let him drive the Zamboni.
That is also an accident waiting to happen. No, it's just nothing that involves any kind of machinery or ice or anything. Bless his heart. Scott Wedgwood. So that's a little different because he's a goalie.
Yeah. No.
I don't think he would probably be able to pull it off.
I put Matthews ahead of Wedgwood, and we love the Wedgwood, but I'd rather partner with Matthews.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess probably he's more of a proven person for like moving across the ice.
I feel like Wedgwood's going to be real stiff in the shoulders.
Yeah, I could see that. Absolutely. Mitch Marner.
Pairs?
Pairs.
No.
He would do it, but only if he could be the one who gets lifted.
I was going to say, I just don't think he's big enough.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to have a hard time lifting. Like, you're going to have to get a real tiny person.
He's still pretty big. He's not that small. No, I think you're right. I think maybe he just goes singles. I think
Singles, I think he could. I feel like those like spins they do where they get like down by the ground and like they come up and hold their
the camel
leg.
spins and things.
The camels. I feel like he'd love to do a camel spin.
I think he would be great at that.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen some of his warm-ups where he does the ice skating things, and I think he would be great with that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let him be a single skater, not a pair skater. He doesn't share the spotlight very well.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's the prettiest princess, and that's just something we need to keep in mind. Quinn Hughes.
Quinn Hughes. Man, I just don't know if he's going to be able to wrap his head around this one.
I'm going to say yes, just because I find the idea of Quinn Hughes as a pair skater so hilarious. Just imagine him lifting somebody, but like he's got his haunted Victorian ghost face on.
Yeah.
Like the meme possibilities are endless.
No, you know, I can see it. I still think Austin Matthews edges him out in the medal round, but I can see him like on a Dancing with the Stars, like in the like workroom when they're like working, like trying to learn the dances or whatever.
And he's like super intense and he's like too much.
He's gonna try so hard because he's competitive. So yeah, I think he'd be okay. Right. I don't know if there'll be any passion or any kind of connection.
I just want to pair him with like a real like sunshiny partner and then have him just be like the most miserable bitch on the planet.
Yeah. And you could lean into that too with the routine, like do some like Nightmare Before Christmas music or, you know, something like
have him be a storm cloud.
Yeah. You could do some kind of interesting thing where like, oh no, that he's playing a character like that.
Definitely a lot of different ways you could lean into that.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think it's funny. The clinically depressed pair skater, like let's make it happen. Why not? I think we've got time to do a couple more.
Yeah, we got Austin Matthews can't be my number one.
No, of course not. Oh, here we go. Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Absolutely. He would be the perfect partner.
Absolutely.
He would be so solicitous. He would always make sure to take care of you.
Yeah.
He would definitely be a perfectionist. So
absolutely.
It would be challenging, but he wouldn't be a jerk about it.
Right.
He'd always put in his best effort and he'd probably tell you bird facts.
Probably.
Like, how do you go wrong with that?
No, he'd be fantastic. He would thrive in the competition. I think that he'd be great. Yeah, no, he would be better than Matthews. All right. So he's a strong silver gold contender, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Leon Draisaitl.
No, that's awkward.
What if he can smoke a cigarette the whole time?
No, his center of gravity is just way too high.
That's true.
His legs are way too long.
He does kind of have the goblin skating.
Yeah, no.
I don't know, man. I just want to like ride around on Leon Draisaitl's shoulders while he smokes a cigarette.
Well, I mean, that's a you thing. I don't think that has anything to do with ice skating.
Well, maybe if we both become figure skaters, then I could make it happen.
I think, him holding the flag and looking happy during the opening ceremonies was all we're going to get out of him. But that's going to be real. I mean, even the way he skates too. Like, no.
I guess you're probably right.
No, he's behind Wedgwood for me.
All right. My final person that I've got today is from the Dallas Stars, Leon Bischel.
Leon Bischel.
You know what? I'm taking it. He's got the size, but he's also a remarkably fast skater.
You just want to ride on his shoulders while he makes risotto.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to that either. Like that would also be fine. And then like I'll like dip down and he can feed me risotto. That's perfect. It's the greatest routine. He'll wear a gorilla suit.
You guys could do it too, like the Ratatouille music or something.
I know this is going off the rails. No, but he's like, for as big as he is, he's like a really good skater, honestly.
No, I think he'd be good with lifts.
He'd be great with lifts.
I think he would be a better skater than like Draisaitl.
For sure.
I think he would maybe be better than Wedgwood, honestly.
Oh, well, yeah, I think so.
I don't think he's better than Matthews for me here, though.
Oh, he's definitely better than Matthews.
You think?
Matthews would definitely maybe be like a little more fashion adventurous, but not that much. Leon's got some swag.
Yeah. And, I guess Bischel does have like a lighter personality and like way in the world, right? Like he can be happy and he can like do the faces and stuff.
He can. He can amp up a crowd. We've seen him do that.
Yeah.
Which some of the skaters were doing, which we liked.
That was also awesome.
And I feel like he could really launch somebody like into a spin.
He would need to be careful with his triple Lutz throw or whatever.
Yeah, but no, I don't think we'd have to like worry about not getting enough velocity behind the throw.
No, what's her face? The announcer would lose her mind with the distance.
Tara Lipinski, she'd be like, holy shit, she went 40 feet.
It's like, that's the size of 4 basketball hoops.
I know, that would be great.
That's a lot of basketball hoops.
Oh my God, my favorite. Yeah, no, I would say he's probably,
all right.
Besides Sidney Crosby, Leon Bischel's a strong contender for me.
All right. Yeah. I think I would prefer him over Matthews because, yeah, Matthews isn't going to get any artistry credits, but I feel like Bischel can sell the piece.
Yeah, just because Matthews is like too cool.
All right. So Sid's number 1.
Sid's number 1. Leon Bischel for silver.
Leon Bischel for silver. Matthews for bronze.
Yeah, I guess Matthews for bronze.
Well, let's just give it to Wedgwood.
Yeah, Wedgwood should just get all the medals. Like,
yeah,
just because he's Wedgwood.
Yeah, Matthews doesn't need. Technically you got third, but we're gonna go ahead and just give the medal to Wedgwood.
Yeah, his beard is better than your beard.
Oh, way better.
Yeah, I think that he gets bonus points for beards. That's in our alternate skating league, bonus points for beards is a thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, we can't be handing out bronzes like that. Bronze goes to who we want the bronze to go to.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly fair and valid.
Yeah.
And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and say that's the end of regulation for this week's episode of Ice is Slippery. You can find us on Tumblr, Blue Sky, TikTok, and Instagram at Ice is Slippery Pod. You can also email us at iceisslipperypod@gmail.com, where we would love to get suggestions for games and hear your hockey hot takes. Until next week, stay out of the penalty box.